Hey everybody, this is Jim with the Glasses, and I'm streaming Puzz 3D Victorian Mansion, of course. Let's get this party sort of started. Let's unmount all drives. Let's mount something. No. Alright. There we go. All files. Here we go. All right, now it should work. So hopefully tonight we get something finished. Oh, that's too loud. Crap. I turned on my volume. I always press the wrong one in DOSBox, and I don't want to do that right now because I'm emulating this through DOSBox. So we'll figure that out later. It's definitely not the one from December of 2017. It's gonna be platinum. Hey! Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend, Merlin Temple. Hey, Colonel Sidequest. Colonel Sidequest. What? Jen has gone live? Yay, it's Jen. Yes. Colonel Sidequest. Is it Control F9 or Control F10 to uncapture my mouse? I cannot remember, and I need to turn on my personal volume. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend, Colonel Sidequest. Alright, first of all, let's make this large and in charge. So look, we got a lot of the edges of the different roof structures done, which makes me super happy. That's what we basically worked on all last time. And I'm really excited because I think we're getting close to this being done. And once it's done, then we can play the point and click part and solve the mystery. And I won't lie, I've been having a really good time doing the non-point and click part, but it will be fun to actually... Ooh, this one has pink on it. Look at this. And it's also the wrong way. Ooh, that's weird. I don't know if that's intentional pink or if that's just an error. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. If it's an error, that makes me sad because I feel like, ooh, I figured it out. Control F10. Thank you, Awkward Aardvark. Thank you so much. For some reason, my brain has a really hard time hanging on to that, and I'm constantly doing the wrong one. And it's not a big deal if you're trying to shut down DOSBox, but it is a big deal if you're just trying to uncapture your mouse. Thank you. How are you tonight, Awkward? All right, so let me just back it up. So look, we got all of this stuff done, all of that done. A sea of pink and green. Got some of these weird things laying out here. So I'm excited. If we get the giant roof pieces done, I mean, that's huge. That's a huge thing right there. So these piece, I've seen a lot of like this piece. Now let's move this. I guess I don't need to move. Oop, I don't need to move it down. So look, that looks... let me look at it closer. It probably doesn't look like it fits at all, but from far away it does. Looks like it's a perfect fit. No, it's not at all, but the scheme is not right either. None of it is right. These actually look like they should fit like this, don't they? Ooh, are these like the top of the roof? Like, do they go like this? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Maybe they do. Nice. Okay, well, we can't do anything about it right now, but that is very exciting if these fit into this. Ooh. Exciting. All right. So let's see if we can find what we need to find with these weird... If a lot of pieces like this, which I suspect goes on the other side of like a smaller... Not quite that one because they're not quite the same. But like a smaller run, it kind of fits. See, it's saying it's not a completed piece, but it kind of looks like one. Right? It's not saying it's completed. Yeah, it would turn green around the edges. Hey, Rabbit, how you doing? Back at it again, of course. On to puzzling fun. Puzzling. I'm a puzzling. All right. I think I'm being a rebel because I think the puzzling community wants physical puzzles, but I'm like, it is almost a physical puzzle. It is really close. It is all the earmarks of a physical puzzle. Leave me alone. There's no 3D puzzling on 3D Puzz 3D game puzzling community, so come on. I think if you like puzzles, you will be interested in this. All right, this is a weird beaky looking one too. All right. I wonder if they have to be, are all these this, yeah, they look like they're all the same width, whatever this little peg thing is. Oh no! Quite tired actually. We had tornado warnings in this area last night and the sirens went off. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. My cousins grew up in Ohio. Whenever we go to visit them when I was a kid, they'd always play tornado warning. And I'm like, what is that? Because I didn't have tornadoes in my area. I'd be like, it's like we do in school. You hide under your desk. It's like we're all in like elementary school and kindergarten. I'm like, wait, what? I was like so confused. I was like, why are you doing this? This makes no sense. They're like, then we wait in the quiet. And I'm like, this does not seem like, okay. I mean, it does. I think it is effective to stay away from windows when there's a tornado, but it was just for my kid mind. I was like, this seems like a weird thing to do. Real side quest. OMG, let's play tornado warning. Kids are weird. They are. And that's fun to them. Everyone be quiet and hide in the dark from the tornado. And the funny thing is, like, I knew like a tornado was a weather phenomenon, but it sort of gives you the impression that it's like a monster because the way they're hiding from it. It's like, you have to sit in there quiet in the dark and hope it doesn't find you. Like, I was happier when I thought tornadoes weren't alive. All right, so, ooh, this is interesting. All right. So this piece is similar to this piece and it has a little triangle that fits on top. So I'm going to guess there's two other little triangles sitting around that I haven't noticed. All right, all right. That's what happens when you frequent similar streams. You have similar interests. You end up being in the same streamer's chat a lot. Okay, I'll find people like that. Like I'll be in, well, I haven't been in anyone's stream recently, but when I had more time in a life, I would be in like Hippo stream or Retrograde Tom stream. And I'd be like, oh, I didn't know they watched them. She likes similar games. Okay, there should be, all right, let me back out and look at this smaller. There's these little guys. We need a little triangle. So there's got to be little triangle pieces here somewhere. Or we would think. Maybe not. Maybe that theory is a stupid theory. Here's another one. That one's, let me see, that one's whole. But these are missing a piece. I don't see any. Rabbit, we keep meeting the same streams, Jen, like we both haunt the Sierra content. It's like you guys send up what would be the Graham signal when someone's playing Gabriel Knight. Where are they? Where are they? They must be here. Gather around. Oh, I think I just picked up one through clicking down, which was hilarious. I was trying to move something out of my way. That is so funny. Oh, that one worked too. The quest signal is shaped like a giant mountain. See, people think of the Sierra Club. Isn't that like an environmental club? But when you guys think of Sierra Club, you think of something completely different. That's so funny. All right. It's got to be that sound from the beginning too. Hilarious. I was literally Googling trying to figure out what specific mountain peak is called. You're like, I must get there first. All right. So let me just look at these a little more closer. I meant to say closely, or closer would have been good too, but my brain said, let's do it this way. Let's say closer, because that's not a word at all. See, it's not the right way, but it looks like it would fit on the top of one of those. No, it's not going to. So where would these, they look like they go at the end of things. Huh. Nope. Like this would fit at the end of something like this. Or like this. They would fit at the end of there really nicely. Not like that one, but they would, one of them would fit there. Arg. Alright, well, let's see what we can make. You know what, I'm gonna just go over to the pink ones and see if I can make any more sense out of this muck. Make any more sense out of this crazy. Alright, actually, this looks like it might fit here. Hey! Completed piece. Yes! Do we get a new video? No, we're still stuck on porch. I forget sometimes to look at the width on these things to see what might go together too. On some of the ones that are there, you can see the gold on two edges. I kind of forget that part. DS always reminds me of that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I think I'm unintentionally learning or using, which comes out losing actual helpful puzzle skills if I ever decide to build a puzzle in real life again. Hey, Bumblebee Bat, how are you doing? How goes it with you? Okay, these are not quite. This just needs it. Ooh, what is this over here? What is this? Why is this here? Hey, 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 I don't want any overlapping pieces. That's no good. No good. Just to look over all this old stuff again and remember what I was doing. Those don't quite match up and they don't go the right way. This one might match though. Ah, so close. Look, the holes even match up. You'd think that they would fit together, but nope, they don't. Boo game boo. Some of this is just so abstract and just like, which way is up on these? It's like, there's all these green blobs. Figure out how they fit together. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. This one looks like a bottom piece. Oh, come on. Because it's got that little distinctive peg, but who knows? Bottom to what piece? We don't know. Where's that other piece? It looked like it needed a piece. Nope, not the right size. But this is. Here we go. Oh, come on. Really? Are there two other pieces that are this like this that fit this way? Oh, jerks. There's two other little pieces somewhere. You just know it. You just know it. Whoever cut this up is a jerk. They're like, what will be the most difficult way? This is platinum after all. If they're almost finishing this game, they must be close to insanity. Let's just push them right over the edge. All right, these might fit together. Come on. Look at that. Actually, it doesn't go together, but it looked like it might. Yes. Okay. Well, how about this one? Yes. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Don't get too excited, Jen. Boom, boom. No, it's not going to fit there. Not, but look, we got several pieces. It's the half dome in Yosemite Valley? Yosemite? I don't know if I'm getting that wrong. I know they liked a lot of local color and history. That's why I like coarse gold in their Fill the pharmacist. That's the town they were in. You couldn't swear on it. Close enough. There's got to be a Sierra historian who's like worked that out. They just never have put it anywhere clear enough. All right. So this could fit. Is there anything done that's close to this size? Nope. Nope. I mean, that looks... Nope. It's like ones like this, it's super frustrating because it's like that looks like a completed piece. We have all these pieces to get around it, so it's not. This weird little piece that I got to go 3D on accident. Oh, called... I'm not going to pronounce it correctly. Rabbit. I would guess you're right more than me. Okay. Urgh. It's interesting they picked that. Oh, maybe. Nope, that's not quite. They picked that logo with Sierra. I wonder why. Just the High Sierra Mountains, or if they're just... It was significant. Okay. Alright, so I got some stuff put together. Just, okay, maybe this one fits it. Maybe it does. Nope. Maybe it doesn't, it's a jerk. Nope. Ah, because you can see the dome from the building in Oakhurst, California, you believe. That's really cool. I bet that place is super overbuilt now. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'm trying to look to see if there's a specific pattern that I get in here. Like this is more of, it's like a little more defined because it's like some of it looks like, some of this looks like it's been painted on, like almost like a watercolor painting. And some of it looks like actual pictures of like moss and bushes and vines and stuff, and they put them on here. So when I'm looking at it, I'm trying to figure out like what goes with what. And it gets to be a little bit difficult. We have these weird gray ones that I'm really not sure where they go. This should be easy to find because it's pieces of the window, but somehow it's really not. Like you'd think I'd see the gold of the window and be like, oh yeah, that goes there. Yeah, move out of the way. So where would it be? Even if it was like caught, even if it was in the green stuff, you'd think I'd be able to see that because there's like a piece of a window here, a piece here, and another piece there. Like maybe like this. Yes! Okay, well good. I figured that out. Because I thought about it. There should be another one that has like a piece of brown wood on it. Like a little piece of corner with the pink. That's going to be harder to see because it's going to look like... This doesn't go here. I mean, how big is this? Not that big, I guess. I guess it has to stop there. They're going to have gold on the edge too. Okay. Well, this narrows it down. Gold on the left side. Plants on the other. Like this, maybe? Super close, but no cigar. Crap. All right. Another one like that, but not that one. I have Police Quest. I need to throw that up there sometime in the next, on the next poll for what I play next. I have Police Quest. That's another Sierra series I have never played. Oh, crap. No, that's not right at all. It's not right at all, Jenny. It's not right. Oh. Okay, so it's going to be gold on one side and treesy on the other. Maybe like that. Oh, maybe. Yes! Okay, good. So I got one of the other random tree pieces. It's going to be gold on one side and gray and green because it has some of that weird bottom stuff in it. So let's see. I think the reason I never got to play Police Quest is because I think the themes are too adult for like a kid, or like my parents would have thought so. They're probably right about it. It was during that weird time where you couldn't always tell like what was a kid's game and what wasn't a kid's game because they didn't have ratings. And you were like, oh, I don't know, Police Quest. You know, is it Andy Griffith's Police Quest? Or is it like Miami Vice Police Quest? Or Jake and the Fat Man? Or what's one of the brothers? There was this 80s cop show with brothers. One of them was the guy from Major Dad. And the other was a handsome guy, but I don't know who that was. That used to be on reruns all the time. It's that everywhere. Now no one knows what that show is, including me. It's fading from the cultural. Quest for Infamy is for kids. That would be a resounding nope. I mean, I guess maybe the gratuitous boobs would fly over kids' heads. Like, okay. Okay. There's got to be a piece of gold, green, and gray on it. And I feel like I've definitely seen it. Gold, green, and gray. Is this it right here? Oh, no. But that's close to what I want, but not quite that. Look at that. That's pretty close to what I want. It's not the right one. This is not going to be right either. But that's also similar. Yeah, that looks really close to it. If I didn't know it cut off there, I'd be like, yeah, that's it. It's not any pieces. It can't be like this, can it? No. Because it's not that broad, so it's got to be like a small... I mean, I don't know. This one doesn't look right either. No, it's not going to be it. But it's... Ah, boy. Nope. So there's got to be one... Dang it, guys. All I can think of... I don't know why I keep thinking of Give Me a Home Where the Buffaloes Roam. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, give me a home where the buffaloes roam. So I don't know if you guys like the Harry Dresden books, the Dresden Files books. I guess they weren't originally called the Dresden Files books, but they made a short-lived TV series about it called the Dresden Files. And that's what you think about it. But I've been listening to them. I've actually read through the whole series. Hey, Hascat. How you doing? So I read through the whole Harry Dresden series, and I'm waiting for the next one to come out, which is it was supposed to come out like a long time ago, and it hasn't. I think because the author, got married, and now suddenly maybe I don't know. I'm also waiting for the second book from the Aeronautics series, and it's not come out either, so we'll see. But I'm listening to them being read by the guy who played Spike and Buffy, and it's making me love the books all over again. So, it's your birthday? Hi, Hascat. How's your birthday? Happy birthday. Hope it's going well. Hope you're having a good time. Being an adult and having birthdays are not always as fun. Well, definitely aren't as fun as when you were a kid. when you're a kid, you're like, it's my birthday. I'm like, anything can happen today. Ah, there we go. Got it. Okay, that's good. When you're older, it's like, it's my birthday. I'm older. My grip on reality is weakening. I'll sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hascat. Happy birthday to you. All right. I don't have another birthday for a while. All right, we need, what do we need? I'm aimlessly looking around. We need, it's going to be a pink piece, but it's going to have a little bit of window in the corner. It's going to have a little bit of window in the corner. Okay, this is a little bit of green on it, which is kind of cool. It might also have green on it too. And it's probably going to have gold on the edge. It could either be one big piece or one small piece. I can't tell. Oh. Well, it's not really a big deal. I haven't seen my son in a year. Oh, but you're drunk. I hope your son at least called to wish you a happy birthday. Hey, Bim Clunk. All right, so it looks, I mean, no, this is not the right shape though. Not the right shape for that. It's gotta be, no, not the right shape for that. Okay, someone give me a home out of my head. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play. Well, never is heard the discouraging. I don't know why. I do know why, because I watched that. Russ likes game shows, and so sometimes we watch them together. And I watched that new game show called Child Support, and that was one of the questions. What did the blank and like they're basically asking about the deer and the antelope. Like, what animals play in this song? The whole premise of Child Support is that an adult is answering the questions, but they're also asking children the same questions. They're actually Ricky Gervais's, and then if you get it wrong and the kids get it right, you don't get kicked out. You get another chance. You lose some money though, or something. And the kids obviously had no idea what that song was. The adult got it right, but the kids were like, they kept saying like all kinds of farm animals because they were thinking like buffalo, like maybe it was a ranch. So they were trying to name all this like cowboy stuff. Hascat, my son is awesome. I have no idea how I pulled it off. And yeah, we talked. That's good. Hopefully before you got drunk so that you weren't like, I love you so much. And he's like, okay, Dad, I love you. I love you. Or mom, actually, I don't know. Or parent, I guess I should say. I love you so much. You're the best. It's always good when kids turn out great. Okay. No, this isn't right, and I know it's not right, and I keep trying to fit it there. This actually might go... You know what? This makes sense with some of these other ones I feel like should be done, but they're not quite... Like something... Oh, not like that, though. But something like this one has stuff that comes off the sides. And I don't know. Hey, Morwin! How you doing? How's your Saturday going? I got a bunch of stuff done on the one thing. Okay, I forgot I have all those 3D ones too. This looks like the bottom of something. You took another death nap? Oh boy, what's a death nap? Is it just where you wake up feeling like death? I have naps like that. Sometimes like you really need a nap, but then you fall asleep. And then when you wake up, you feel like you're not alive. Like your eyes are all gummy and your mouth feels weird and you feel like you don't know what day or time it is. Thank you for being a friend. And you feel like you don't know what planet you're on and your whole rest of your day is just screwed up. Yeah, just this time. You need to get your thyroid tested again or take your medicine, one or the other. Because that is a sign of low thyroid. Aw, you've raised him by yourself since he was 6, so I think I have bragging rights even if I don't know how I did it. Yes, exactly. You're like, I don't know how this happened, but I contributed in some way. So, yeah. Of course it is, Kademi. That's the whole point. It's Saturday. It's for a game that takes so long you guys would never tolerate it if I played it in succession. I wouldn't tolerate it if I played in succession. I'd be like, no thank you. Wait, what did I just do? Dang it. Yes, if you're taking death naps, Morwen, you need to have your dose upped. Because if you're taking death naps, it's your body way of saying it doesn't have enough thyroid juice to keep the old brain, heart, and lungs running. So maybe it can only do 2 out of 3. So maybe. I won't scold you. I'm sure Skadavi's like, we'll scold you appropriately. Usually, and just to tell you, Morwen, usually doctors constantly trying to lower your dose, even if you're crawling across the floor weeping with your hair falling out. Usually like, well, we can't raise your dose, or we'll keep your dose the same. I mean, well, that's the same thing. Or we'll drop it. Because my mom has thyroid problems, and they're always like, she can be crying. She can be crying and saying, I can't, like, function, and I'm so tired. And they'll say, well, we think we need to lower your dose. So the fact that they want to up your dose means that there's something really wrong. It all depends on what they're seeing in your blood, though. If they don't see it, if they see your body still trying to get more hormone, then you need to have more hormone. So I don't know. All I know is I have a couple people in my life that I love that have either Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism, and most of the time they still have symptoms and the doctor wants them to lower it or won't raise it. So I'm just saying, I don't know anything about your situation, but I do know that in general, if they tell you they want to raise it, it's for a good reason. Also, I hate death naps because you think you're going to wake up feeling better and then you don't. And it sucks so much. Well, hypothyroid. I said hypo, not hyper. At least I hope I did. I know the difference. Hypothyroidism. Alright. That's weird how that is. I wonder if that one's almost done. Alright. Sorry, I got just so distracted scolding you for stuff I don't know anything about. Giving out medical advice that I should not be giving out. But I guess it's not if I'm saying do what your doctor says. I guess that's not bad advice. Trust me, I don't want to always do what my doctor says. Well, I mean, that may be true, but that's something to talk to them about. But since your thyroid affects your heart and a bunch of other stuff, maybe, okay, you're going to kill me. Have you ever had a sleep study done, Morwen? Maybe you need a CPAP machine. And that's why you're waking up, because maybe you are stopping breathing in the night, and with your hypothyroid medicine or whatever it is, well, it's thyroid hormone, maybe you can actually wake up and realize that you're not breathing. So maybe you need a CPAP machine, which are whisper quiet now. And I know that because Russ has one, and I sleep great now because he doesn't snore anymore. And also, he breathes like a normal human now. He only has one like short incident a night where he doesn't breathe for a certain period of time, and it's within like what normal people do. Before it was like something like, I forget how many incidences, but it was bad. Yeah, get one, because it may just be that your medicine is making you more aware that you're not breathing right. And as a bonus for Skadavi, I don't know if she snores or not, but Russ doesn't snore at all. It's like whisper quiet. The first night it was so freaky because I was like, oh my gosh, it's so quiet. I kept waking up thinking that he had like stopped breathing because it was so quiet. And then after that, it was like, boom, this is nice. He's sleeping and I'm sleeping. It's great. And he's breathing like a normal human at night. It's awesome. Yeah, she won't snore anymore. It'll just be whisper quiet. The only thing that happens is that for me, it's just really funny. So the air goes in the mask, and then there's like excess air that comes out like the bottom of the piece. And if he rolls over, it's like I have cold Darth Vader breath on my arm. And I'm like, what is happening? And I wake up. I'm like, why is there cold Darth Vader breath on my arm? And it's just, he's just rolled over. And the cold air from the CPAP machine is hitting my arm. The machine doesn't make any sound at all, really. Like, none. When my aunt had one, like, well, she still has one. She had one like 15 years ago. It was like having a fish air pump in your room. Thanks for the follow, Putzster. I cannot believe you followed because I'm talking about CPAP machines, so I'm glad you're having a good time. Joe in classes, she puts together puzzles and she harasses people to take their medication and talk to their doctor. Thank you for the follow. Achieved granny status, exactly. Maybe it's nostalgic for people, like, oh, Granny used to yell at me to take my vitamins while we put together a 3D puzzle that she didn't know how to put together. Good times. Well, Skadavi, they do help you. Well, there's a time they let you lose weight, and then there's a time they tell you, but they help you lose weight, actually. Because if you're not getting enough REM sleep, it's harder to lose weight. So they say, like, people that use it over a year tend to lose, I forget the percentage. I don't want to tell you one that sounds too big, but they lose a percentage of body fat over a year if they use their CPAP. Because when you get enough REM sleep, your body processes things better. Dentures and knitting. I have no dentures yet, but, you know. All of my grandparents have dentures, so I'm probably destined to have them. Oh my gosh, I'll never forget the first time my grandpa took out his dentures in front of my brother and kind of teased him. He was like, oh, here, hold my teeth, or something like that as like a joke. And my brother like ran. There was like a barn shop on my grandpa's property, and then there was like a gravel like driveway that went up to the house. Like they had like a couple of acres. And my brother, he just started running, and he did not stop like all the way to the house. Like he just ran all the way to the house to my mom. He was just like he was not messing around. He was just not messing around. He was like, he's like, my grandfather's an alien. He is taking on his teeth. I am out of here. I am out of here. Oh, good. Yes. Okay, good. We got this one. Yay. Good for us. So they don't look like triangles. They look like whatever that looked like. Anyway, so, I mean, he recovered, but yeah, he was like, he would not be that the kid in that science fiction movie that's like, Grandpa's a pod person, and they get caught immediately. Like, he was like, Grandpa's a pod, but he didn't say Grandpa's a pod person, but he would be like, Grandpa's a pod person! Like, there was no, like, that dumb hesitation in, like a science fiction movie or scary movie where the person's just like, What's happening? Should I step forward to the strange phenomenon? Yes, got that one too. He just totally ran for the hills, and it was so awkward because I think my grandpa thought it would be funny, and I just stood there. I'm like, I think he'll be okay. Like, I was just like, sorry, Grandpa, your joke didn't go off like you thought it would. He'll get over it eventually, maybe. So tell me about this car you're fixing, because he was always fixing cars. All right. He actually put in his own lift, like his own, I guess hydraulic lift. Like he dug it out. He did a lot of crazy stuff that I think was not safe to do, but he did. He also cut down a lot of Grandma's trees without asking permission and dug up stuff without telling her, and she'd come out to her yard. It would be like a giant hole for no reason she could conceive of. Or like he cut down her favorite apple tree. Hey, X-Pike. Yes, I do know that. Turn them to the same direction. Yeah. You can see some of the patterns. Like that's why I have like this is this way. This one's not, but most of them are. Oh, Gramps, stop cutting down trees in the yard. How you doing, X-Pike? Bum, bum, bum. I want that to fit on something, and it's not going to yet, is it? It's going to be... a giant butt about it. All right, maybe we can fill in some of the insides of these more. It's hard because it's like once you get past the edges, it's basically not the exact same pattern. Like you can see they didn't cheat. They used like the picture. You can see this is a picture, but the pattern is so repetitive. You kind of have to go somewhat off the shape. Cool beans. Do you like these kinds of puzzles, X-Pike? All right. That one. Yeah, that's the right way. Okay. So this one looks like there might be a window that fits in here and it goes across the bottom. So where's some of those flat bottom pieces? They might be good there. You shouldn't have moved. I should be able to put pieces reasonably close to each other without it doing that. No, that's not going to fit. But I know there's going to be that, and there's going to be a line. So let's see if we can get all the pieces that are flat in the bottom. That's a good way to resort them. And see what we can do here. Ba-ba-bum. We're sorting pieces ever closer together. So I hear Ron Howard's doing reshoots on the Han Solo movie, which is not inspiring confidence. Actually, I like Ron Howard. It's just the fact they're doing reshoots this late. Because I think it's supposed to come out in May. And I'm like, eh. Also, Han Solo's hair in the movie looks weird. Like they have it curled like it's George Washington's hair. I'm very confused on why they did his hair this way. I'm like, Han Solo does not seem like a person that's super fussy about his hair. Why does it look like he put it in curlers every morning? Maybe like Colonel Sanders. I'm very confused about the Han Solo hair. I guess I'm also just ticked because Ansel Elgort didn't get the part of Han Solo, and I think he should have, because I think he's got more of the ability. I don't know. I just didn't know the other actors, and I knew him. And I'm like, yeah, he could totally be a young Han Solo. Han Solo is going through a phase, perhaps, this Colonel Side Quest. I kind of love that. I do kind of love that, because, like, if Leia ever got out if she ever got pictures of him, like, wanted posters from when he was younger, I just do sort of like the idea of her being like, what was going on here? And him being like, it was a phase, okay? Like, I thought it looked good. It was in. Everyone was talking about George Washington. He's really big. Well, I guess it's in the past, so it wouldn't be George Washington, but boom. Okay, here's some more flat in the bottom. Or Han Solo with the fro, exactly. And then he becomes a cold-blooded killer who shoots first. Maybe the bad blood between him and Greedo was over Han's hair. Maybe Greedo called him out about his hair. And they just never got over it. It was the style in Chulak. Dreadlocks Han Solo. You know what's so funny is my dad totally had a white guy fro when he was in high school because he could, because his hair was very kinky. And it was like he just puffed that puppy out like so far. And I remember seeing a picture of him with that hair and I was so confused and just laughed and laughed. I was like, what was even happening? Yeah, it was so thick and big you could keep a pick in it. I'm like, Dad. It was hilarious. I was just like, this is because my dad had short hair like all the rest of his life. So as a kid, I found it so confusing. Ah, yes, got this one. It was like, what? Like, it made sense because he couldn't do long straight hair because he didn't have straight hair. Scraby, I have the fine puffy hair. A ginger fro was not a good look. You know, it's just not, it just depends if you can pull it off. I think at the time my dad thought he was, but I'm like, I don't know. He joined the military after high school, so I never saw that look on him in real life. You never know unless you try it. There you go. More when I'm in convinced Dave, I think you should grow it out. Grow it out once for your wife, so then won't have an argument anymore. Because she'll be like, yes, it's not. I remember because Russ has always had short hair. Russ had he had one of those, it was like a mullet thing, but it was just like the very back. And it would just curl up into like one giant curl, like in the back of his head. It didn't really work. And he tried to do a rat tail, and that didn't work when he was in high school either. Although he had a mustache from when he was like 12, so. It's gonna be Morwen just has a thing for Outlander. Don't worry about it. Just grow it out. Just go with it. Shouldn't feel bad. Rat tails never worked for anyone. But his kind of curled into like one of those fat, what was her name from, what was her name? Oh, crap. From Little House on the Prairie, Nellie Olson. You know, she had those like really fat curls, like Shirley Temple curls, except his hair wasn't blonde, but it just kind of curled into one fat curl. So it really just did not, I don't know, it defeated whatever purpose there is to a rat tail. Not that there's even one. Yes, look at this. That's a whole piece. Skidavy, that show is an abomination. I have not watched that show. I've heard of the books before, but I've only seen like short clips because some of my friends on Facebook really like it, and so they'll like throw clips back and forth to each other or whatever. I've not seen it, but I knew enough to know that it's that the main character has red hair. I'm sorry, Scott. You just you last saw with your red hair. It's an abomination. How dare they? I'm sure it is an abomination, but I don't know. Anyway, I did ask Russ to let his hair grow a little longer, and then it did not. I hope you do too, Morwen. I hope you do have ginger babies. If you have anybody in your family with red hair, it's a strong possibility.
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend, Steigerons. Thank you for the host. All right. They will be the cutest. If any, if you have any like cousins that have red hair, or yeah, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Then it's possible. All right. Well, it's possible even if you don't, because the gene's a recessive gene. Is it Stigron? You saw us playing Contradiction recently. We did it this morning ourselves too, loving it so far. Contradiction is so good. That is an excellent, excellent game. I really, I know they're doing a Kickstarter, or they have been, or they did something. I don't know if it's a Kickstarter. I don't think it has a time limit on that. I think it's a different, maybe it's Indiegogo or whatever, for the second game, and I really want them to get the money. Stigron. Perfect. Yes, thank you for telling me, because I really do care about getting that right. Even though it seems like I don't. I'm just a poor. Amazing FMV done properly. Yes, yes, yes. I want more games like that. H says, I never got recessive genes because I shot a spitball in class. And then you get sent to the principal's office and you missed it. Yeah, they have a funding for it, but I don't know. I know, like, he ended up spending... I think it's like one person that kind of, I know they spent way more than they thought, because, on the first game, but like money well spent, because it turned out beautiful. So fun. So great. Yes, there's donation, but nothing else. Did they meet their goal? Okay, we got this. This is the right way, but I don't know where this goes. Yeah, I realized. Have you finished the game? I didn't want to spoil anything for you, Stigron, if you hadn't finished it. But there are some red herrings that come out of it that you're that weren't really supposed to be red herrings, that were supposed to be part of the game. Okay, this is like a little weird upper left hand. What? This does not want to fit anywhere. More when recess genes made for the tough and tumble, covers all your playground needs. There you go. You're on chapter 3 at the start. It's so fun. Like, I love FMV games anyway. And I've played quite a few of them. I have plans to play even more. But when they're done well, they're so fun. It's just a blast. You're like 19% in. It's a good game. You won't be I was not disappointed when it finished. I mean, I was sad. I wanted more game. The actors he hired were just straight up good or perfect good bad. Ripper from 1996 was amazing, as was Wing Commander 3 and 4. 3 and 4. I played with my husband part of Wing Commander 4 for the FMV with Mark. I think it was 4 or 3. For the FMV with Mark Hamill was so good. I was like so happy about that. Yeah, they did such a good job. They got to chew the scenery, which was really fun too. It's always fun to see actors. 3, 4, and 5 have Mark Hamill. Yeah, I see. We never got past that one game. This is like, I think we got it in a bundle, not like in a humble bundle, like in a literal. We bought like, I think like a PlayStation, but it was really old. Not a PlayStation. I forget what game system we bought. We bought a really old game system, and we got like a pack of games with it, and that was one of them. Ripper with Chris Falken. I have not finished yet, even though I bought it in 1996. That's the way it is with games, though. Sometimes, so many of the King's Quest games I did not finish as a kid that I've finished now as an adult, because you just are like, okay, well, this is beyond me right now. Or it is hard when you step away for too long. That happens even with games I'm streaming. If you step away for too long and you forget what you're doing, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, so we've gotten... Arrgh. Okay, let's bring this over. We're doing these flat bottom pieces. And it was working for us. Actually, this is a weird... That's going to be a weird one. You're really bad at adventure games to get the audience to help. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you're like, I'm done. You have lots of boxed Infocoms, but not dared stream one yet. Cheddarman streams a lot of those Infocom games, and I'm always like, more power to you. Like, so when I go back to Here's Some Magic, you're not going to remember. I'll remember how to play. It's harder when, because, you'll be like, oh, yeah, you do this and this and this. I might actually be better, to be honest, because I'll be like, oh, why didn't you do this? Oh, I guess I can. But, like, with puzzle and adventure games, like, when people are giving you verbal clues, or you're only, you just have to remember, oh, why is this here? That's not good. You can only remember from, like, what they, like, or like, I remember somebody gave this to me, but I don't remember what they said. Yes, Chairman does. Yes, he's an Infocom adventure genius. Yes, he is. If a game has poor conveyance, like Uninvited and Let Us Hear, I'm a goner. So do you prefer LucasArts games? A lot of people who don't like, I shouldn't say don't like Sierra, who like get frustrated with Sierra's kind of death count, like LucasArts games. But I have trouble getting into them a little bit, and I need to try some more because I didn't grow up with them. And so the logic is just like, what? For me. LucasArts are way too hard. Yeah, true. Cheddarman is a Sierra prodigy. Oh, Prodigy! I remember that. You know what? Someone needs to get that. They're trying to get that up and running again. That's a piece of internet history that's being lost. Because when they shut those servers down, they used their own weird programming language that no one else used, and that made a lot of it get lost. They lost the original ones. They're actually like pulling off of old computers. There's like a file on the Prodigy program that would save some of the screens to make loading time a little faster in some cases, and so they're pulling them off there to put together stuff. But there were like mystery stories on there that I really enjoyed as like a kid. You get to solve sort of like a point and click. There's all kinds of different games. Yeah, when you're Walking Dead for a long time, like Maniac Mansion, which I've not played, but seems like a ridiculously hard game to me. So very, very hard. I mean, if you want to get your money's worth, I don't know why I thought that could go in there. I just looked at it and I said, maybe it could. Now let's see what I got here, because I'm looking at it too close. Okay, so we've got, oh, here's some more right over here. Okay, let me look down here. Oh, you play a lot of C64 games by Daryl Reynolds, Secret of Bastow Manor, etc. How are those? Are those good? I'm assuming they're good because you're playing them. It's weird to be like, are those good when someone's playing them? Obviously, if they like them, they think they're good. It's weird. So there's just a lot of point and clicks I didn't play as like a kid, and it's interesting to see how they kind of, when they're done by the same persons or studio, they kind of have their own shorthand for stuff that you figure out. You love those amazing graphics for 1982. It's funny when a new technology comes out and how there's so many different... Ah, yes. Got this. There's a lot of innovation that happens in the beginning because everyone's competing with each other to try and come out with the next big thing, and you get a lot of variety of stuff. And then, somebody wins out. Especially with consoles, somebody wins out. Okay. They're 2 word parsers? Oh, man. See, I always have trouble with text parsers, especially as a kid, although now I could just set up something next to me and spell check. But I have dyslexia, and so those things would be a nightmare for me because you just spell it specific. Like, so, like with parsers, you had to spell it correctly every time and use the word they wanted you to use. That sounds like fun, though. That sounds like a lot of fun. That one's wrong. What a weird, that is a weird angle for that to be at. And this one's wrong too. Rabbit was raised in the Tandy 1000, so I never had a shot at the C64. I remember my dad got a computer from Sears, and then he returned it and got another one from Sears because when he got the one, they just, like, he bought one and they came out with a new model like the next week that was much, much better. All right. There's got to be more that have... Look over here with this. Okay, we're just going to slide along and see if I can find any more. We have this stuff over here too. Me? I didn't write I didn't write any IF. I haven't no, I didn't write anything I didn't write any kind of game or interactive fiction. I wish I did. Ooh, there we go. I got that one. It's weird how sometimes I can't see it. No, I really wasn't. I wonder why you thought that. I'm terribly sorry to be so disappointing and not be a finalist in the interactive fiction competition. It makes me sad. It makes me feel like I made a choice not chosen, like a path not walked down. If only. All right. Boom. No. No, that's fine. It makes me now want to look that up. And see. I'm like, maybe I could. All right, this looks like... Where's that? Oh, it's the wrong side. Look. Look, that's a interesting little thing there that looks like it could work. You have that. You belong in a book jacket face. I belong in a book jacket face, Jen. I bet interactive... Well, choose your own adventure. Because there's interactive fiction that's like a game, right? What are feelies? Are you talking about like where you can... Like it... I don't even know... I don't know what feelies are. I don't know what that is. I don't know if you mean like feelings or if you mean like something specific with the game. Okay. Oh, content that came with Infocom games. So would it be like something that you would be like, oh, this, you would feel like sandpaper and it'd be like, this is what this room feels like? Or would it just be physical items? That makes sense. So I was like, it was almost like, I'm like, is it like those stickers that were like, that felt like different things? Tickets, police reports, yes, maps. Sometimes you get like cloth. I mean, you used to get cloth bags for stuff for games sometimes. I remember getting that with a couple of my games. Yeah, photos. I miss having manuals come with games, let me tell you. I remember Sid Meier's Pirates came with a beautiful map. Like a beautiful map. It was gorgeous. Ah, there we go. Thank you for explaining some gaming history to me. Like I knew what they were, but you have to understand I was not at that age I was not plugged enough in to know like, oh, that's called a feelie. I just knew they came with really awesome stuff. A lot of games did, and it was cool. Yeah. It doesn't make you... Oh, what's that? It does make you feel a lot more like a pirate if you have a pirate's map. If you have... It's such a weird... What? That has got to fit into something bizarre here. Not bizarre, but... It's a very distinctive look. And they're short, square ones. Not like that either. No, it's okay. I just hope you're not sadly disappointed I'm not that person. No, it's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm glad to know because I knew what all that's like. I understand the second you said it. Yeah, I'm like I physically remember games, especially adventure games, coming with that kind of stuff. It just came in the box with the floppies or floppy, depending on the size of the game. But I wouldn't have known that's what it's called. So that's really cool. Like I got new information. I would have never had a reason to look that up. So it's cool to kind of know. Yes. Okay, I got this. All right. So that is really cool. There you go. Now I know. Exactly. It's cool stuff like that. Like I wouldn't have known that. But I think some really cool stuff. I remember when I got, there would be a lot of like really glossy foldouts too that were really cool. Like I remember with the second Lemmings game, the Villages one, or the second one that I got. I think there were other games that were released in the UK. Like it came with a really nice glossy, like thick paper fold out with like a description of all the different villages and stuff and illustrations of the lemmings and that kind of cool stuff. Oh, on Murder Mystery and Infocom came with a packet of matches with a code on the inside, which the game said you found, and you look inside. Oh, so the game would say, like, oh, you found this, and you'd look inside and you'd see the code. That's nice. That's cool. It's kind of sad now that things don't come with anything. That's really cool. That's fun. Do you guys remember this old movie, Cloak and Dagger? Do you guys remember? That reminds me of Cloak and Dagger, the movie. That's why. About the kid. Is the closest to Infocom. In fact, they try to be like Infocom. Oh, that you can print out, which you did. That's cool. See, they knew their market. They're like, oh, people will like this. Nope. You print it on special paper. Cool, cool. Ah, see, Chinner knew. Okay. Nope. See, I'm getting there, guys. We're getting places. I know it doesn't feel like it, but we really are. And I'm learning stuff, so that's good. You're an adventuring genius too if you can finish any Sierra. I have finished some Sierra. It's fun. We just finished up King's Quest 6, which is a blast. That's a great game. That had Jan Jensen's fingerprints all over it, though. In a good way. I mean that in a good way. He only finished Police Quest 2 in 2016 after 20 years. But you finished it, man. You finished it. You didn't walk away. I want to play the King's Quest, or not King's Quest, Police Quest series eventually. I actually have it on GOG. I just haven't played it. But I want to. I wonder, hang on. I think, let me look at these. Oops, I went big and then I can't see what I looked at. If a game has poor conveyance, I'm gone. Police Quest 1 through 3 are all okay, not the others. I only like Police Quest 1 and 2. There's one that was like really controversial too. I remember seeing an article about it because they didn't use Jim Walls. They used somebody else, and I think it was one of the police officers involved in some of the LA Rodney King stuff, which is horrific. I don't know why. I think they did it for, I don't know why. I don't know what their reasons were. Bad ones. Really bad ones. All right. That's Police Quest 4 onward. It's terrible. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah. Controversy isn't always a good thing. But also, you shouldn't do something dumb for controversy's sake either. Alright, Police Quest 3 is terrible too. So the only one that's good... I know the first one, they said police stations actually used to train recruits, which makes me a little nervous. But also, it's like, well, I'll know my rights if I get pulled over for a traffic violation. I'll be like, hey. Actually, you shouldn't say hey. All right. Yes. Okay, good. Oh. This one might... No. It might fit on... No. That's a weird piece. Let me see if there's another flat top in here somewhere. What are those? You love Police Quest 1 and 2. I think it's really cool. Like, some of the stories, because they were so... And sometimes this turned out well, and sometimes this didn't. It seems like they're always like scrambling for people. Like, either... people to write games or people to help program games and people to be in games. It's just cool. They're like, hey, Jim, oh, you're sidelined because you were hurt on a case. Can you write this for us? You know, it's such a like a crazy thing, and it worked out, I think, well, people say. Yeah, it's tough. A game should not let you continue in an unwinnable state. Just better to be... I mean, Sierra you can be Walking Dead in Sierra too, but I wish they would just have you die off for some reason and help you figure it out. Okay. Yeah, Sierra does it. I think modern games are a lot less guilty of that because they know how upsetting that is, especially if they let you play for a long time. Because then you just feel like you're not getting the answer, and the reality is, it's not that you're not getting the answer, it's that you're, this might go up there, let's see. It's that you didn't get the answer a long, long time ago. Nope, that's not right. Sarah knew it, and they just did it anyway. Yeah, I think a lot of times, it seemed like they were so rushing to get a game out. Like, it ticks me off that, so, Space Quest 4 had really amazing voice acting and narration, at least narration. That guy's a legend. And then for Space Quest 5, they didn't have it, and it's just they just decided they didn't want to put the money in to do voice for it. It was just crazy. I think Thimbleweed Park would be good. I don't think it'd be too hard. I haven't played it yet. I just haven't bought it, but from everything everybody says, like it's. I think they take care of the player, which is good, which is what you want. You've never played Space Quest or King's Quest? I think you'd like it. I think you'd if you like those other games, I think you'd like it. You've played Gabriel Knight though, right? Remember, child level income com was too hard for me. Gabriel Knight would be very frustrating, but is very rewarding to play. Like, I got frustrated at the beginning of Gabriel Knight the first game because I couldn't figure out how to progress in the game. But once I did, then it was really fun. How are these not... Oh, these are. I was going to say, how are these not their own pieces? Oh, they are. Well, that makes sense then. Fine, game. You got it right. I'm just... Yay! I was just wondering about that. I'm like, how can that be and not be... So, look, we got a bunch of this stuff on the inside. You can't play Adventures alone. You rage quit after 10-15 minutes. You can just stream this. The audience can help you and be like, hey, it's okay. You're okay. Alright, so I got that there. Now look, we have all this inside to fill in. Hooray! This actually looks like... Oh, look, that looks like that just weird square looks like that weird square, but it's not the right weird square. If you play Space Quest, I don't know if you like Parser better or not, but you can get Space Quest VGA, and it's not Parser. It's fun. Crap and weasels. So there's a bunch of inside pieces. All right, let's get all these. We get all the top ones together too. Is there a space over here I can get? I don't know. See, look at these. These could be anywhere in there. I guess this would be a completely... Well, then, you like Parser? Then you'd like probably Space Quest, the first one that's not VGA. That's they went back and redid it. I still can't believe there was such a huge backlash on King's Quest. So they went back and did a King's Quest 1 VGA, and they're planning to go back and do 2 and 3 in VGA as well. And they did Space Quest 1 in VGA, and people had such a big freak out about it because they were releasing it in VGA that they didn't do any more other than those 2, which is, I feel like, one of the dumbest nerd fits to ever have, because it doesn't take away from the first game, but it's beautiful and it's really cool to see everything done that way. There was no reason. They weren't, and it must have been a big fit because, like, obviously they didn't have Twitter or anything, so people had to make an effort to, like, write in and be angry. Rabbit says, maybe I'm biased, but the first Space Quest I find the easiest for the quest games. It's linear. Like, you finish one area, move to the next. There's like 4 distinct areas, so it's more like 4 individual puzzles without a lot of backtracking like King's Quest. And it's open up, or it's one open area and keep things going over. I had a rough time because I didn't look at the manual first for some reason, and I didn't recognize something as, which is my own fault, as copyright protection. So I kept trying to solve it. And did not work, obviously. I was like, what? Like, let me get the right code in here, not realizing it's copyright protection. Alright. This one too. Let's see if we can fill in the middle of this. There's actually not too many big roof pieces that have big sections like this where it's I'm like magnified even more. I'm at max magnification, where it's like they don't have edges to them, where it's just a bunch of center pieces. So I'm hopeful maybe I can narrow it down a little bit. Yes, no problem, no problem. That's not, though. That's a looks like it's got a little peg sticking out of it, but like this here. Oh, crud. Alright. Alright, that's not right for there either. Alright, let me get some more. What about this one? What about this one, guys? That's what you get for being a bad girl and playing the VGA version and not playing the EGA like a purist. I wanted the one to play that was going to make me the least angry. And if I went parser, I mean, I actually did okay with King's Quest IV with Princess Rosella, but still. Okay, we need more. We need more. Nope. There. Nope. None of you guys fit either right now. Okay, stop infringing over there. Well, also, I mean, the biggest thing is I didn't read the manual. That was like the biggest thing I did wrong. It was like, the manual. You have to read the manual. I think I just jumped in because I figured I would be able to recognize it when it happened, or I wasn't even thinking about it. I think I was so excited to play it. Come on. Come on, game. Ooh, don't start. Nope, that's not purely. That's not either. That's not either. This one is, woo! Let's see. Does it fit anywhere? The only place it could really fit would be here. Nope, it does not fit there. Try. Oh, well, no, it's facing the right way. I said I could flip it, but the patterned me wrong then. Enjoy that tongue while climbing. Oh my gosh. The worst part is there was a glitch in it and she kept kneeling down before she was at the top, and then I forget something happened where I saved it, but for some reason it didn't save. I like quick saved it at the top of the tongue because I didn't want it to keep dying, and for some reason the save screwed it up, so it just automatically killed her every time. And then I was like freaking out because I was like, I have to do it all over again. I have to do that thing all over again. I mean, I had a previous save before I got on the tongue, but yes, that was, oh man, that was tough. Tough. I'm excited to play the next King's Quest. Though I'm going to be sad because it's widely regarded as the last good King's Quest, because of course then we have King's Quest VIII, which is the one I saw in the store, and I got briefly really excited, but the second I looked at the pictures, I just looked at it and I said, this is not my King's Quest. I was just like, no way. There's just no way that could be my King's Quest with all that, like, combat. I'm like, no. It just makes you say it. There we go. Boom, boom. Okay. I wonder what would have become of Sierra if there hadn't been that .com boom, and if someone hadn't offered to buy them for like $1 billion. Because like hearing it was a lot of money that they got bought for. I forget how much it was, and I was kind of like, because at first I was like, wow, they sold the company, but then I was like, oh, they kind of knew. They must. I mean, I think anyone would know. Like that's a lot of money for the company. No matter how good it is, that's a lot of money. And, like, they wouldn't have gotten that offer again, like, ever again. Because the people that bought it were just freaking out over the .com bubble. And they're like, everyone's buying computer software stuff. We're going to buy computer software stuff. It was one of those. And, hang on, let me see what I'm doing over here. Alright, so there's got to be... Rabbit says that whale tongue is infamous. It has a cameo in one of the Leisure Suit Larry games. It was that big a thing. Allo was like, yeah, we gotta talk about this. Oh, yeah. It was the worst. I'm sure. Okay, nope, that's wrong. Okay, let me back out of this. There's gotta be more. Oh, yeah, that one might be one. Put them on this side so I don't get confused what I've tried already. Let's look. Look how much we got. Stuff is coming together. Like, things are looking like things, which is always good. I was going to say always a good thing, but that sounds always a good thing when things look like things, but it is. This one's also a piece, I think. And this one. And this one, I think. Oh, nope, I don't want to do. I just want to pull them over like this. I know you want me to make a box thing, but that's a mechanic that could have worked really well here as little trays, except that they're so unwieldy. And when you can't play with, if you could open up the tray and like play with the, like put together the pieces in the tray, I think it'd be very helpful. But because it just dumps them out someplace, if you've got a lot of other pieces in play, it's not very helpful. It just kind of makes it, that's a weird bump on that. I don't know where I could fit that. Nope. Yes. Okay, we got that one. So now we know we've got a vertical piece. See, that's not quite right though. This part's not right. It looks so close to that. This might fit here. Oh no, man. I thought it might, but it's not going to. Calm down, calm down. Game's like having a little bit of freak out. Welcome back. Okay. This one might fit here. Nope. Good try, but did not. All right. You don't fit up there, I can tell. There's got to be some more whole pieces over here somewhere. Okay, let's look up here and see if we can find them. Rabbit said, Sarah would still be run in a more prominent way if the company that bought them hadn't, committed fraud. Exactly. In March 1998, massive accounting fraud at CUC was exposed. With the news, Cinet announced its intention to sell off its computer entertainment division, and on November 20th, 1988, announced the sale of its entire consumer software division to Paris-based Havas Sierra company, making it Havas Interactive, the interactive entertainment division of the company. Oh no. Unless they knew the book. That sucks that they did that. But yeah, it's crazy because they had so they had a system that was very similar to I don't want to say it's similar in this way. It was like World of Warcraft, in that you had quests and you had characters, and it was online. It was interactive through the servers. It was very popular. It's basically an early version of that kind of system in a big way, and of course that slowly got shut down because people were paying for that every month. You paid a monthly subscription fee and all these other fees, but of course like the company that bought them didn't understand that, and like when they're getting sold off, they definitely, like, you can't just, there we go. It's not like with other assets, like if you have a company and they have a bunch of gold mines, those gold mines are going to wait while you distribute assets and do this other stuff. But if you have a computer company, a software company, and you let it sit and stagnate and just lock up the buildings, it's not going to wait for you. It's just going to die. But yeah, if a key thing relies on you knowing something else outside of the game other than what they've given you, yeah, that sucks. Because how would you know that? I do feel like Sierra, some of their harder puzzles sometimes are things they were using to get you to call the hint line. I just feel really bad if I check a walkthrough. Yeah, I'm not a fan of doing that either. Sometimes you just do, because I'm like, well, I'm really, hey, there we go. Oh, this is a weird flat side to it. Interesting. Or is it not? We don't know. One I heard from Sierra was something about a pie and a Yeti. I think I got that one though. That was an interesting one though. Well, it's one of those things where you could, I think before you could solve something, you could eat. It's one of those things you have to try everything in your inventory and hope it works. Okay, it looks like there's a flat. King's Quest 5 is some real moon logic. It does sometimes. It's still one of my favorite ones because Graham's funny in it. And I played a little bit as a kid with my friend Sarah. She and I used to sit down and play King's Quest games and some Space Quest games together sometimes. And it was fun to play with two people. That's what made me originally, when I thought about streaming, I thought that would be fun. It would be fun to stream adventure games because when I originally played them, oh, I think that might be it right here. I was playing them with somebody else. Hey, Cheddar Man. You can't cope with Moon Logical. How you doing? We were just talking about you in Infocom games. Oh, no, this is not it. Boo, I thought this would be it, but it's not it. It's an edge like this. I wasn't booing you, Cheddar Man, just to be clear. I was not booing you. But anyway, that's what made me think originally. And other people had, it's not like I'm not the first person to do it by a long shot, but that's what I thought. I'm like, that would be fun to stream. I can't, is this the right way? This one's the right way. To stream adventure games, because then you're playing them with other people. And you have moral support. Yeah, that was not me. They thought that was me, Cheddar Man. And I was so confused and I was so sad because I felt disappointed in myself. And I hadn't won an interactive fiction prize. I was so sad. Not that they thought I had, but that I hadn't. And I was like, no. Maybe with the, yes, because the glass, that would make sense. I was just like, oh man. Ah, there you go. See, you remembered glass. There you go. That makes sense. Oh, this would feel like this would fit here, but it's not going to. And I can't flip it. All right. Where's that one with that weird bumpy side? That's interesting. She only streams during interactive fiction comp, though. That's interesting. All right, flip this. This is this way. There's a piece that has a weird side, and this looks like it's going to be a weird one over here. I remember remarking on it. I'm like, what would fit there? Well, maybe that one. Maybe this one will fit over here. Thanks, Cheddar Man. Hey! Look at this! Look at this. We got this big piece. This is a huge roof piece to get together, and we are doing it. I can't get it in frame right now, but I will. Yay! It all worked out. All right. Oh, good. Look. So close. So that probably is going to have a straight left edge there. There. That's weird. That's a weird piece that might fit in there someplace. No, it's definitely this way. No. There's going to be a bunch of weird pieces, you can tell. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying what I'm doing, even if what I'm doing is 3D puzzling. 3D puzzling! Here we go. Ah, look at that. I was like, it's so weird. It's just going to fit, and it didn't fit. It didn't fit at all. What a bummer. I think there's another one like that, though. Oh, yeah, there's actually 3. Jeez. Well, I'm so glad. I enjoy doing them. Oh, I can't wait till I get to the actual mystery, though. That's going to make me very happy. Yeah, they do leave plenty of room for conversation. That's true. Yes! Okay, I got it. All right, this is definitely going to be a straight side then. I just have to, I wouldn't think it'd be that hard to find one, but watch, it's going to be. Look at that. I wonder, there's another little one down here somewhere. Let's find it. I wonder if it's going to fit in there. I'm so excited. Like, this was my nightmare with this platinum level, was the amount of gray, just gray, repetitive, not tile, but roofing tile. I guess it would be roofing. Crap, I told you I did temp work for that roofing company. I still can't remember. It's not roofing tile. It's roofing, these are actually slate, though. Anyway, shingles. Thank you. Roofing shingles. And the pink. So the fact that I'm making any kind of progress with this is like so exciting for me. And there's more inside pieces that I already have, which we'll take this down here. Come with me, giant thing. Try and fit here, maybe. No, it's not on GOG. Someone set this up for me. Awkward Aardvark did. I want them to be, if you want, you can go, actually that's the thing to say. If you want these kinds of games on GOG, I definitely voted for all of them I find. I don't know if I put one in or not, if I had to put one in, but you should vote for them on the community wish list, because I don't know who owns the rights for these, but they can't be wanting much with them. You know what I mean? Like, I think they would be like, oh, we could make money off of these still. Let's release them. You've added heaps to the community wish list. So much of it has to do with like where they are. I love GOG a lot too. But it has to do so much with like who owns the, like with some of these games, to track down the company that owns the rights. And so many of them will hang on to it. They don't even want to mess with it. They just want to like hoard it rather than even like give someone like a limited licensing right to like be able to, yes. I can't imagine the job of, because it wouldn't even be something you could Google. Like you would have to do actual old-timey library science research, like to go through and be like, okay, so this company was sold then, or this company dissolved then, and these people did this then, and then this company was sold again, but wait, it wasn't sold with that company, it was sold with a different, like you would have to go through so many different things just to figure out, well, did the rights go to in this case, the rights went to the creator's next of kin in this case, like for whatever weird thing. Oh, well then, who are they? Did they even know what they have? Oh, the original like actual programming files were lost. They have no idea where they are. They think they threw out the computer. Like, you know what I mean? Like they threw out the stuff that was in. Yes. I cannot imagine. Like there's supposed to be a really great Blade Runner game, and the master programming was lost. It's probably not called master programming, but that's what it is. It's like all the original programming that made the program was lost. Like it literally, I think it was accidentally destroyed when they were moving offices or something. And it's like you can't go back in then. Like it's just crazy. I would actually, you know what though? Yeah, I heard it's really good. I would actually like that job though of source code. Thank you. See, I know what it is, but I don't always know the term. Like I understand, ooh, this is the weird bumpy side, but it's on the wrong side. I was like, oh, maybe that's where bumpy one now. By Westwood. Maybe I'll have to look on eBay to see if anyone has any copies. Yeah. You should, there you go. Play it on your channel. Stick wrong, you should. You should play it on your channel. I actually would like that job of researching where all that stuff went, because I think that would be fun for my researching brain to like figure out where it went, who bought what, finding all those original things, finding my friends that speak. My one friend Jen, who's grew up in France, and calling her and asking her to make a phone call to some to whatever French authorities keep copies of company sales. I think it'd be so fun when I think about it that way. If someone would send me to pay to call people and like figure out where this stuff went, I'd be like, okay, all right, so who owns the rights to this? Who has the source code? You think it would take way too long? I don't know. I think a lot of people would stop by to watch you play it, definitely. That's a game that has a real history. Okay, come on. We just keep moving these up. I'm like, let's see if we can fit these in here. Like, people remember that game. You adore Westwood Kyrandia forever. I really, I did yell a lot during Kyrandia 1, but I did enjoy it. Stop by your channel, I've got to be joking. What do you mean? Why am I... Wait, am I being... I can either take that as you have your channel's very new, or that you are partnered streamers and I don't know it. So either way. No offense meant if you're a big dog. And if you're not, then yeah, people would stop by if they saw the game. No, you're a very, very small channel. But people will, like, even though it's so funny, like, if you play an older game, that people just, like, have been looking for to watch someone else play. What's so funny about this, you have no idea, like, I don't know enough, and I don't think anyone really can. Like, I'm not a person that has a lot of, like, streamers that I follow, or like a lot of streamers that I watch that are big time streamers. And so I wouldn't know. No, sorry, it doesn't work like that. Well, I don't know. I know if people stop by just because they saw I was playing a Sierra game that they hadn't heard of in a long time, or what was the really weird one I played? I forget the one that I played and people were like so excited about it. 200 followers is a joke. It's not a joke. That's not a joke. I don't even know how I got this many. Nobody needs to say anything and like compliment me, because I'm not fishing for compliments at all. But I would just like to say that I am continually surprised by stuff. I don't know. Like sometimes, like I was small for a really long time, and I'm still really small. But I was small for a very long time. Like maybe my first follower, Diastic, stopped by, and I didn't know, I literally thought, I'm like, is that a chat bot? Because I'm like, who would stop by? So Blade Runner is action adventure, so doesn't really fit in your adventure series. You can only stream a game once for variety. Oh, only one stream of it. Okay, so you don't finish the game, you play it once to just show what it is, and kind of, I gotcha. I thought you meant you don't do multiple playthroughs, but that makes perfect sense too. The only ones we finish are adventures, so there are 4 or 5 streams until we do it. That makes sense. You only play a game once, bar adventure games. Gotcha. That makes sense. For what your goals are. That's why I like adventure games, because there's a beginning, middle, and end in a way that there aren't always with other styles of games. Oh, you mean if they pick one game and just stick to it? It's hard because some of the games are so big. Like, I think... Chairman says, when I started streaming, I already had a few friends on Twitch, so I usually had at least one person watching. I ended up... This is going to sound dumb. I think I've told this before, but basically I was watching some Let's Plays on YouTube, and I specifically... what game? I think Felicia Day. I was watching her stream, and she was streaming Life is Strange, and I would watch her on YouTube. I didn't know what Twitch was. I watched Cooptitude, and they kept talking about Twitch. I'm like, what is Twitch? So then I went to Twitch, and was like, oh, okay, I get what this is a little bit. And then I was watching her Life is Strange things. I'm like, how fun to like stream kind of an adventure game with like a bunch of people. And then I had like basically an HP all-in-one, which is like the screen and the processor all-in-one. I'm like, I could never play that game, much less stream it. And that's when I decided to go. I'm like, oh, but King's Quest I probably could. I'm like, that's cool. Like, I could probably play King's Quest. Like, I think I could play and stream, but I couldn't use a webcam. Like, I could only use a mic. And then at the end, it wasn't even doing that. So I eventually got a different computer and could do a lot more. When I started, it took me 4 months to get 9 people. That sounds about right for me. There are people who have not yet joined Twitch who will have 200 followers after 2-3 weeks. And let me tell you, 0 viewer streams are a killer. Yeah, it can be. You just have to pretend like somebody's there. But yeah, I didn't have any established friends. And I couldn't find any, like this was, oh gosh, I guess this is my third year streaming. Maybe it's longer. I don't know. I haven't kept track of it. But in the beginning, especially, it was so hard to find smaller streams because you had to just scroll to the bottom. It was hard to like search for games. It was hard to even search for people. Like I remember with Felicia Day, I had to search her name for her channel, and sometimes it wouldn't even come up in the search function. Like all this other weird stuff would come up. So it was one of those things where it was just so hard for me to figure it out. And then I forget how I found like Hippo, and his stream is a really strong community, and there are other people that I started watching. People came into my channel, started watching, or people that I knew from Hippo's stream and Goaty stream. I did Nintendo, which was like a really big boost for me because I didn't know anybody. I think someone told Goaty about me that I streamed older games that weren't Nintendo, and so when he came in and invited me to stream for Nintendo, which was a big deal for me, and like there's just a lot of people there. I had like I don't really have anxiety, but I was like, oh my gosh, I sound like a total idiot. And then why am I doing this to myself? But I got a lot of like regulars and followers from that. Stig says, oh, I dream I stream a lot of flight sim so that we stream it's the same, although different weather, place, plane, etc. I even stream Atari VCS. No one else does. There you go. You're the only one. You're like, there you go. If Goaty said he's going to do another Nintendo this year sometime, he didn't say when, but I'll totally announce it on my Twitter, Stig, and you should sign up and do Atari VCS because it's all about doing these games that no one's heard of. And like systems no one's heard of, and like people would be really excited and flipping out about that. Maybe there. Yes. How did I know? Oh, that means it might have a weird peg coming out of the side of it for the other side. Oh, yeah. All right, I got a clue. I've got a clue. You have a series about it? That's so cool. Oh, no, that doesn't fit there. But it almost would fit there. Okay, now we gotta have one with a straight side to it. Stop moving these around, then I can't tell what I've done and what I haven't done. It's gotta be straight on the side. Not this. Okay. These are straight on the bottom. This is a peg one, but it's not quite right. Okay. These are a bunch of ones that got thrown around, so they're all mixed up and crazy. There's got to be some more that have some little pegs in the bottom, too. My cousins had a Atari when I was little, and I remember playing Chopper Lift on them and thinking it was the best thing ever. With Infocom, they have a really awesome thing called Invisiclues, which give you hints about full answers so you don't feel as bad. You're like, I like having some sort of hint system. It's helpful sometimes when you're really feeling trapped and frustrated. Okay, this is not going to fit any of this. Well, you're not even in here. Boo, you're in something else. And probably you too. Nope. Hey, the potato. How's that roof coming along? Look, I know you're probably being sarcastic, the potato, but look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look how few gray pieces are left. And I got some pink ones done tonight too. Oh, that's cool, Cheddar Man. Are you talking about UHS? Or is it a different one? Oh, gosh. Stop. I don't like it when they start moving. I'm like, don't cover up things with other things. I'm looking for something that's going to be straight on the right side. Yep, UHS. I like them. They don't have... Actually, I thought of doing this. A lot of games I've played, they don't have... the newer ones, they don't have the hints for. And I almost was like, I could go in and write some, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm qualified to do that. Not actually being sarcastic for once. It looks good. I can't hear tone, and I know it's my trademark to be completely sincere when someone's kind of being a little sarcastic with me or just making a joke. But I really am. I'm like, no, I know that you may not be, but I'm so excited. Thank you for the compliment. All right, what are we doing here? Over Easter, I spent time with my family and with my nieces and my niece and nephews, plural nephews, singular niece, and we ended up watching a lot of the Monkees. Some games you need the app for, and all I can hear is monkey songs in my head half the time now. I hadn't watched that show in so long, and I'm like, I love this show. Potato, now I'm a sarcastic person. I'm sure it comes through a little. It's fine. All right. Oh, look at this weird piece. Maybe. No, look, but it almost looks like it's gonna fit there. Like it's like a weird, but it's not going to. Dang it. Are really more available on the app? Oh, the paid app. Oh, they want you to pay. They want you to pay. It's not free. I get why that is. I mean, it's amazing to me when you see these huge databases and stuff and someone's doing it for free. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. But also, and people are yelling about it because it's not up to date. Somebody's like, ah! It's like it's two people, two best friends, hate each other, but they're linked together because they started this thing and nobody's making any money off of it, and they don't know what to do, and someone's yelling at them because something's not quite right with it. Oh, an indie text adventure from 1993. They're like, sir, you have a rarefied tastes. You can afford to use the paid app. Which seems like an odd choice. Your games are so old they're not there. No one, everyone's like, what? You'll have to, Stig, track down the original creators if they're still alive and bug them and be like, it's your only fan left. I need you to come up with a guide for this. I know you probably don't even remember what this is, but I need you to come up with a guide for it and explain what this is. 1993. What am I doing hanging around? That Monkees. You have, and you got the guides. You bugged them and they're like, okay. They're like, all right, I guess. Wait, is this it? No, that's not right. That's not right either. Come on. There's so few pieces. Why is this not a thing happening? Oh, not you personally. You're like, let someone else get the restraining order. I'll just reap the sweet, sweet benefits of that. Actually, those guys probably love getting bugged. They're like, someone remembers what we did. Oh, there was no way to get the full score? Oh gosh, that's the worst. They're like, we didn't think anyone would care that much. And you're like, are you kidding? So something I always wondered, because in the movie Big, he's playing that adventure game about the ice wizard and stuff. Is that I feel like that's either they made it up for the show or the movie, or it's an incredibly famous adventure game that I just am ignorant of. With Tom Hanks. Yeah. Did you don't recognize it either? Because I never have, but I always wanted, gotta do some Googling. Yeah, because I always wondered if that was a real game, because as a kid, I really wanted to play that game. I was like, what's that game with the wizard? And it seems really cool. circling back to what I was talking about at the very beginning of the stream, someone needs to do a point and click Harry Dresden game ASAP. Stig, email them a grumpy email about how can they... Yes! Okay, so I got that. Was the weird one that I was wondering about. Okay, cool. There you go. You could write the hints for it. You could write the walkthrough. That's awesome. Be like, let me do it. Look, this looks like a fit there. Look. We're so dang close. Potato says, yeah, I remember that. Did he beat the game? I seem to remember that he didn't. I don't remember if in the end he did. I think he might have as Tom Hanks, like he started playing it again as Tom Hanks, and that was part of what made him realize that he needed to go back and be a kid, even though he had I mean, can I just say something? I understand, you miss your family, they love you, your family's kind of cool, but how bummed would you be if you grew up and then you were in your late 30s and your life was nowhere near as cool as it was when you were an adult, when you were a kid? They made it up just for the movie? Oh my gosh, they should have, you know what, if this was today, they should have just had them made a game and then they could have released it and a lot of kids would have bought it. If that was today, they would have totally made a real game, made it a game that was already in existence, and do a product placement, or made a game for it. But yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool... The movie's pretty good. It's a good movie. Yeah, that's kind of a nightmare, Jen. Definitely the wrong way around. Let's make it... We're not computer programmers. We're movie people, but let's make a game. Sorry, I have like a... You help the Cypher people make another game? There you go. Like the same way they're making a lot of, there's just a lot of books I'm reading. I'm like, this, I think it's a place many adventure games. This would make an amazing adventure game. Somebody recreate the Big Cayman Flash. I can't believe no one's done that, but I guess like it's the wrong, so the people who have nostalgia for that movie maybe are the wrong age to do that. I don't know. Or just haven't shown interest, but I would love it. You could write whatever you wanted to write as long as you have those key scenes in it. Like it looks like the art is pretty, maybe if you're an artist, is pretty easy to emulate. If you could, you'd hire Cheddarman to sit there with you and play Infocom. Cheddarman has his own paid per minute hit line. They only, but he's only, but you know, the potato. I mean, we don't really know the mechanics or plot that well. It could be fun. Yeah, we know it's a text parser. We know it involves a confrontation with an ice wizard. That's it. That would be a fun time to write. Lots of 80s kids would play it. You'd have to go back to the movie and obsessively watch all the parts with the game in it. And be like, okay, is this every bit of the game? Alright, what's he doing now? Let's magnify. Magnify again. Now it's blurry. I can't tell what it is. This is such a weird, that's a weird little piece there. Alright, come on, game. Come on, puzzle. Looks like this would fit somewhere, but it doesn't. There's a weird, like this weird little, looks like it could be this, but it's not the right. It's not the right way. But it's like 4 minutes of footage. You just keep watching it over and over, just obsessively. You know everything about that 4 minutes of footage. It's like the game in, what was the game in, do you guys remember Cloak and Dagger? And they had that cartridge game in there. That, like, do you guys remember? I don't remember much about that game looked. I remember the kid's imaginary friend. It's like the kid from E.T. You guys have had to watch Cloak and Dagger, right? It's like the kid from E.T. and the guy from 9 to 5 and You've Got Mail, and he's the imaginary friend. That had a game in it too, but I don't know if that was a real game or not. I feel like there might have been a Cloak and Dagger game, but maybe not. What? Cheddarman? Tell me it isn't so. It's an 80s movie that involves a video game. What? I don't remember much about it. I remember making me cry a lot as a kid, but I really enjoyed it. I don't think I've watched it as an adult. Maybe once a long time ago. How did you not know about it? Has the guy from 9 to 5 in it. Oh boy. You've seen The Last Starfighter, right? I don't know if it was called Cloak and Dagger in the film or not. I know the one guy who we might as well call Doomed Nerd hands it off to the kid and says something about Cloak and Dagger, but I don't know if that was the game or if he was I don't remember. Again, like, I haven't seen it as an adult, but man, I did know when I saw that guy, I'm like, he's not gonna live through the movie. Sorry, Cheddarman. I don't know if that was a spoiler. I don't know if you've actually seen it yet or not, but that was a great movie. But I don't know. I mean, as far as I remember, watching as an adult, I might be like, this is the dumbest thing ever. But as a kid, I was like, this is an amazing film. Oh, Stig says the game was 1984 and for the Atari 5200. Yeah, that would be a fun movie to rewatch. Okay, this is not for this, but this is gonna be for another thing like that. Okay, I need to move away from this piece because I've almost got it done. It's so close to being done. It's not gonna be this weird piece. There's not enough space for it, I don't think. Too big. All right, I'm gonna work on one of the other pieces because I'm gonna get so cranky about this piece. I'm not gonna think right. It's critical to, yeah, it was critical to the plot of the movie in a lot of ways. That movie's another one that was designed to make so many kids movies. I guess I can't complain because I'm always like with Pixar, I'm like, man, those movies are designed, like, I will not lie, like, I hard cried at I can't even think of the name of it. I want to say Feelings, but that's not the movie. The cartridge itself was special, yeah, that too. But like, because they make you cry and they're sad, like, yes, it is. Why can't I remember the name of it? I don't know, because I'm tired and it's late and I'm old. But you know, like in Finding Nemo, the mom dies in the first 5 seconds. Inside Out, yes, because I was like, it's true. When you cry, the help comes, or whatever, you know. But kids' movies in the 80s and 90s were definitely designed to make you cry in a big way. Okay. So I guess it's not so different, except the movies are a lot less sexualized in some ways. It was just weird that in the 80s you'd be watching a kid's movie and every once in a while you would just see like a boob randomly or something. You're like, what's going on? Like, as an adult, you're like, wait, what? Who was this movie for? I thought this was a kid's movie. I don't understand. What? I guess it's not. I don't know. What are they doing? All right. Let's get this. Looks like. Oh wait, no, it still fit there. There. I was like, it doesn't fit. It does fit, guys. It does. It really does. All right, let's. I've got a bunch of these bottom pieces too. This should. So in the movie, it had a game on the 5200 called Cloak and Dagger. It was actually the arcade version shown in the movie as the 5200 version never really made it. And probably couldn't be as detailed as they needed in the movie to look, too. Like, it's amazing to think about arcades, and, like, one of the reasons everyone was so excited about them is because you could go into an arcade and play a game that looked visually, that just looks so much better than anything you could play at home. Like, just picture the difference between Pac-Man at home and Pac-Man on the Atari. Such a big difference in how, like, bright the colors were and everything. And just how it looked. Okay, let's see if we can... Shh. Nope. Dang it! The potato, yeah, there's like this random scantily clad girl in some old kids flick that just randomly came on cable last week, and it was just incongruous and bizarre. And it's weird too, like, so when they would edit movies for TV, like if I didn't watch them in the theater, I didn't know, like you just watch them on whatever, on cable, and on a lot of them they'd be edited, like especially like I think TBS edited them a lot. And she wouldn't really think of them as being like a bad movie at all. Like even if it's not even specifically a kid's movie, but like let's say an action movie and you'd watch it on TV and be fine. And then like later on, like I remember I rented a movie on DVD and I was like, oh, this is a really good movie. And then there was like four, I can't remember which one it was. It was like really early on, I think when Russ and I were dating, which made it like super awkward, is there was like, I think like 3 sex scenes in it that I was not aware of at all. Because I only had ever watched it on TV, like edited, and I didn't really realize it was edited. It was super weird and I was like, I want the TBS version, please, or whatever, TNT version that's edited. And also everyone says fudge a lot. I forget, it was an action movie, so I should have probably known. But you know, like those two things don't connect in your head sometimes. Russ just laughed. He just thought I was hilarious. So I was trying to explain. But yeah, like it's one of those things where in your head you don't always question things from your childhood in that way. Like, why this action movie seems really great and they say fudge a lot. Well, I knew they weren't saying fudge, but you don't think about it that way. And you're like, and later you're like, oh, because it was on TV and they had standards, they just edited it. They just cut it up. So that wasn't a problem and you never worried about it. But if you saw it in the theater, it would be a hard R. Also that weird thing when you're a kid, like, or occasionally your grandma would take you to movies. I'm not saying sexually inappropriate, but just like, because they had that PG for a while, that was really like anywhere from, it was like jumped from PG to R. Because it was either PG or it was R. Like G, PG, or R, so there's like a huge gap there. You never quite knew what you were getting. That's why I love sci-fi films from the 40s and 50s. No swearing, as there's no need for it. Some were still scary. 50s movies, sci-fi movies, like a lot of them you can just like laugh. You're like, oh, they're not. And then every once in a while, you'll come across one and you'll see it and it will like haunt your dreams. Anything to do with puppets in 50s movies or TV is kind of terrifying in a big way. Beyond, because they're black and white and kind of scratchy looking. Chairman, yeah, there's some movies where I'm still surprised to hear the swear because I always watched on TV growing up. Exactly. Potato, here in Utah, we had a company called Cleanflix that sold PG, super edited versions of popular movies. They went out of business because people like violent smut, apparently. Actually, there's a Netflix documentary about it, The Potato, and it's really interesting because the guy who did Cleanflix, I didn't watch it. Russ told me about it because I didn't have time, but he told me about it, and there's a really interesting story behind it where this other company called itself Cleanflix, but they were also racist, and there was all this weirdness, and the guy who originally started couldn't get his company separated from it, so he ended up folding. But there is a new company called VidAngel that actually filters out your streaming services for you. And you can pick what you want. Like you can say like, oh, only violence bothers me, or only swears bother me, sex and violence don't. And you can kind of pick what you want to edit out. Yeah, it's super interesting. I don't remember the title. Probably Clean Flicks is what it's called. But it was really interesting. Like, that's why he went out of business, because there was this other thing happening that had nothing to do with him, really. But I don't want to say nothing, but didn't have anything to do with what he was trying to do, and it kind of drove him out of business. But yeah, you should watch it. Puppets and Dolls are always scary. Like Trilogy of Terror, 1970s. Yeah, I don't... Puppets... Yeah. I enjoy the Muppets, but when sometimes 50s, they're trying to be creepy, but they end up being way more creepy than they even intend to be with some of that stuff, too. You certainly would not want anything... Well, you pick it yourself. So it just depends. Like, some people are sensitive to certain things, and some people don't care. So if you're paying for the editing yourself, and you're paying for the original thing, then I don't see why that's such a problem for companies. I know some companies get grumpy about it, but it's like, well, if they're paying for that, and they're paying for someone just to basically essentially hit the skip button, then, what are you going to do? Exactly. The potato. I like decapitation, but please don't say anything worse than heck. Exactly. There are people in that category. It's exactly true. The potato, like, the funny thing is that there's people that are like that, where they're just like, I can't get past the swears. Oh, yes. The talking Tina doll from the Twilight Zone. There's another one from the Twilight Zone that has like a living doll in it. I remember there was actually an episode of Buck Rogers from the 80s. And I don't remember much about it as a kid, but there's like a doll that has like glittering black eyes, and they close in on it, so you immediately know that it's something's gonna go terribly wrong with that doll. Like, there's glittering, just because of the way they zero in, like Buck Rogers wasn't the subtlest of shows. Yes, they like zoom in and you see the glittering eyes. And I literally had such a problem with the rest of the episode as like a kid. Like, I think I hid behind the couch for it. I'm not even sure what else happened in the episode. All I remember is there was an evil glittering black-eyed doll, and it really threw me off. June Foray was the voice of the doll. AKA Rocking the Flying Squirrel. She must have had so much fun with that, though, because she's doing lines as Rocky all day, and then she gets this job to do something so creepy and off of her, normally what she does. I think that would be fun for her. No, so how Buck Rogers, it's Buck Rogers, right? It's the one with like the guy, right? I'm thinking of the right guy. He had the helmet hair. There was like the solid gold android. But there was one episode where there was like a rag doll that a kid brought on board. And I remember watching... I didn't watch... Obviously, not old enough to watch Buck Rogers when it was on TV, a lot of it. I think it was all on reruns by the time, because it's like a 70s show. Yeah, so there's one episode somewhere where there is a doll with glittering eyes, and that's what I know about it. And I hid behind the couch because they telegraphed so broadly that this doll was evil, from the way they pulled in on that tight close-up and the glittering black button eyes. Yeah, Tweaky, he's a little robot, yes. Oh, is that the one, because I feel like it's the same voice. Is that the one where the kid falls to their bed into like an alternate universe and they have to send the dog after her? Because I feel like that voice sounds the same. Like, I've always thought those two voices sounded the same. Okay, that can't fit up there. You need to watch it again. Well, if you watch that whole series again, let me know if you find the one with the doll in it. I just remember being like, nope. There's a boy and a girl, and they go to another world through the swimming pool. I don't remember that one. I remember there's one where like, which I think is actually, as a parent would be, like if you're a parent and you go into your kid's room and you can hear them calling for you, but you can't find them anywhere. There we got that. Like, basically they go into a room and they can hear her calling, but they can't find her. And they send the dog in. Yeah. And they send the dog in after her, and the dog brings her back. Like, that was, like, that's, ooh. But I didn't realize there's a boy and a girl who go through another world in the swimming pool. I remember the weird Water Babies movie as a kid that involved, like, what made no sense to me. The potato says, what I love about Buck Rogers was whenever they had a celebration or party, it was so 70s and kitschy. That's what I loved about, oh crap. Battlestar Galactica, is they had that bar, and it was so very, like, 70s. See, you don't remember the dog one, Cheddar Man. See, there you go. Now you have one to look up, and I have one to look up. It was just, the bar was so 70s-tastic. It was just really funny. Yeah, I love the original one. I did not watch much of the new series. I didn't have cable. Like, I didn't have cable at the time. I still don't have cable, but I didn't have cable at the time, so it wasn't easy to keep up with. And I don't know. They made it much more, which isn't a bad thing at all. They made it into a really cool series, but at the same time, I had a lot of love for the kitschy original, and you know. The bewitching pool. That sounds very creepy, actually. Good job on the creep factor, show namers. Well, you have them all on DVD. The last episode was Rod Sterling still alive? Why am I saying Sterling? You know what I meant. This looks like this would fit on it, but it's not going to. Might fit on here, though. Look at that. Look at that. Almost. Maybe it's a different one. Well, let's go down and see. Hey, you. Come on. Oh, come on. Look how close that is. Not close enough. No, I know he died a long time ago. Was he alive at the end of was he alive in did he die before the end of the Twilight Zone is what I was trying to ask. Did he live until the series finished up? Cuz I don't really have a clear timeline of when he passed away. It was funny to see always when you would see him being interviewed on talk shows and stuff, and they'd always want him to be this creepy guy, and he was just a really suave, cool dude. Oh, he did Night Gallery in the 70s. I should have remembered that. I was just trying to think of the time. I'm like, when he... They're like, if you think that way, you have to be. That has similar premise. I wonder why he stopped doing the Twilight Zone, and then I guess it just depends on what's going on with the network. And maybe he felt like not doing the Twilight Zone, and then he missed it, or he realized he needed more money. Have you guys been watching... Oh, sorry, I just tipped my whole computer stuff. I don't know if you guys have been watching The Toys That Made Us on Netflix. But it has a lot of really cool childhood history stuff. Like, I just watched the one about Barbie, which seems like would be a dumb one, which was super fascinating about how, like, they got their start and what happened. And there's a lot of the business side that's super interesting. Oh, you don't have Netflix? It's fine, Stig. I like the physical media. I do like physical media, but I'm also to the point where there's stuff I don't need to own everything anymore. Like, I don't have enough room in my house. I'm like, well, that looks like it would fit, and it doesn't. Dang you. Slow on the typing I'm on the phone. You're fine. I'm such a slow typer when I'm on the phone. I also have the fat finger disease where I hit the wrong button and the spell check changes like 5 words. Instead of just the one word I screwed up one word. But somehow it takes from that my whole sentence is wrong, and then I have to go back and deal with it. Stig says I need to own it all, and I do. There you go. Hey! I always end up owning the DVDs I don't really want, and stuff I like would actually really want, I don't end up owning. I have this weird, like I do that with books too. I have a lot of books on my bookshelf that I actually think are not that great, but I bought them for whatever, like maybe they got bought for me, or I bought them because I was going on a flight or something and I really wanted a book, or whatever. I never use spell checks. It's on the phone, it kind of can be automatic. Yeah, it's definitely at the point where I feel like I had enough. I don't want anymore. Stop drowning me in Blu-rays and DVDs. DVDs. It is nice, I will say, for owning the physical, media. The nice thing for that is you don't have to worry about anyone pulling the plug on what you have. Oh, that's true, Cheddar Man. The thing about books is you always want to share really good ones, so you lend them out and you never see them again. Exactly. Exactly. You're like, bye-bye, books. I don't know. I get that, Stick. I don't know a single reader. Now I'm picturing I'm picturing Stig as like a dragon with their horde of Blu-rays and DVDs and books. I'm like, just come in here and ask to borrow something. Just you dare. No one likes books anymore. I have a lot of friends that are readers that read books. Oh, you hate Blu-ray. Wow. Smog. VHS and DVD. The VHSs are eventually, the saddest thing with the VHSs is they're slowly degrading. They're slowly sliding into the abyss. I had a VHS of Pygmalion for the longest time. It's the original 1930s movie. It's like what was before My Fair Lady was this play, and then they made it into a movie. And then oh boy, this is not. And then of course, like then when they did a musical My Fair Lady, which they made into a movie, which is based on that play. And so I always like them better, and it's unreadable. Hey, Zombie Man. George Bernard Shaw, yeah, exactly. And I love that movie. It was so good. And I don't mind musicals, but I'm gonna get. No one cares about you guys. Well, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys care about My Fair Lady, but it's not my favorite. I don't think Audrey Hepburn, because she's so luminously beautiful as both a flower girl, and everyone's so shocked that like the transformation. It's really not that much of a transformation. At all. She's like luminously beautiful, and the actress, her last name's Hill. Is it Elizabeth Hill? Actually, she played an old lady on Anne of Green Gables, and I was like so excited. She makes like an actual physical transformation. Like when you see her as a flower girl, and you see her at that ball, like she looks so different, but not because of like they've like made her over, but just her whole physicality and the way she speaks made her into a different person. The play is great. Yeah. The movie's great. If you haven't seen the 1930s movie, it's so good. The original play had a better ending. I think I read that. What happened with the original play? I think I did read that a long time ago, and I don't remember what the ending was. Can you tell me, Cheddar Man? There was a famous book with feelies in it. It's called S and by J.J. Abrams. Interesting. They screwed it up in My Fair Lady trying to make it happy. They don't really make it happy in the 1930s movie either. I mean, it kind of is, but you're unclear of what the relationship is. She leaves him. Does she come back or does she not come back? Because in the movie, what they did is, it's not clear what their relationship is when she comes back. Like it's not clear if they're going to have a romantic relationship or not. It's not even clear like what they're going to do. It's because you don't. Yeah, she's just like they kind of go back to the way it was a little bit. I don't know. It's a weird ending. Like I think in My Fair Lady, don't they get married at the end or something crazy? They definitely don't do that year there. Well, I think they were I don't know. I read that. And it's unclear because sometimes they try to do this. Everyone's trying to make everything the way they want it to be. Kind of everything's fan fiction. But I think that they were saying George Bernard Shaw was like indicating that Henry Higgins was gay, and that was the whole. Like when he says, like when he talks about like how he's taught all these beautiful ladies and they don't do anything for him, kind of thing. I don't know. It's interesting to see. I do feel like I read the play before. I just don't remember where it ended. But that makes sense if it ended where she left him. And then it just ends. But anyway, I don't even know how I got on that topic, but I like that. But anyway, that VHS died and I was so sad. I was like, it had all that like, the little like in the top and bottom. And I was like, no, we still have a VHS player. There's a couple like weird little movies, that you can't really ever get on DVD, that they're just always going to be on VHS and eventually they're just going to be unknown. Yeah, now I want to go back and read it again, Cheddar, because I don't remember what the ending actually is. And I'm like, oh, it would make sense, like, because he didn't really treat her very nicely. Even though Freddy's annoying, at some point it's like, well, he recognizes, he's not a complete jerk to her. He's kind of like, oh boy. So now I just have to remember to go look it up, and I'll mention it sometime, and no one that talked to me about it here will be there, and they won't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, just so you know, at the end of the George Bernard Shaw play was... and now we all know. Anyway, if you haven't, I'm sure I'm late to the game and you guys have, but if you have Netflix, then The Toys That Made Us is really interesting. I watched the one about the Star Wars toys. Super fascinating about like how they negotiated the contract, why Kenner had the exclusive rights, like what happened with that, like all kinds of cool stuff. Really cool and fun. How you doing, Zama Man? So these are like I don't know what these are, but they're very interesting pieces here. Let me back out. My eyes are going crossed. Look how much, like, I'm so excited. Like this is coming together. This came together. We just have a couple pieces here. This actually might. Ooh. I'm doing good. I'm doing really well. Spring is kind of, it was supposed to snow this weekend and it didn't, and I'm hopefully it's not snowing right now as I say this. I'm so happy, like I'm ready for it to be spring. Like it was a rough winter. I'm ready for there to be nice weather and sunshine, and I have tomato plants that I started inside, and they're gonna get really just totally pathetic soon if I can't get them outside in time. And I'm kind of like, spring. Okay. Does she marry Freddy? That actually kind of makes sense, because he doesn't care what she does. And also I don't think... Oh, there we go. Hey, that's good. Also, I don't think Henry Higgins is in love with her as much. He just enjoys... he enjoys that she yells at him and stuff and does everything that he needs her to do. Like, he just kind of enjoys that she just takes care of him all the time. And that can get tiresome. Oh, everyone in the interaction fiction competition seems to use real names, no pseudonyms. Wow. Thank you for looking that up, Cheddar Man. That was an inordinate amount of work. For me just being like, I don't remember. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Or something that sounds like a real name. They're like, well, I don't. Depends. I mean, if they pay out money, then they might publish your real name at some point. Okay. Let me look. This is these little pegs. Let's see what size they are. Okay, maybe at some point, but it's not ready for it now. There's gotta be a lot more that fit on it though, because look how big this is. Well, if they're paying you money and they want to give you a check, then yes. Then they don't get paid. You're like, you won, but we can't pay you. You're like, fine. You'll never get my real name, Kappa. You'll never get me. All right. No, I don't want money. You'll have to look and see what the rules are. Maybe people just like to use their real names because they want to be recognized for what they did, which just sounds like a cool. Come on, oh, I thought that was gonna fit. Just sounds like a cool accomplishment. Oh, they'll use a pen name. You could just use something as your pen name and say, this is my pen name. You read the rules just now? Yeah, either way, avoiding any kind of preconceived notions of what you're going to see. Okay. I think everybody has this fantasy of being able, if you like adventure games, of writing a really good adventure game. But when I've seen, like, I think when you see how much work is involved, like, the idea of it is very, oh, that looks like it would fit. Look, it looks like a little frog. That looks like a little frog. Come on, how can you not fit there? He's like, this is my little froggy home. Look at this. Come on, game. Look at this. The pattern. Fine. Fine, game, be that way, but I think it still fits there. Do you think there'd be hundreds of people judging the games? Is it just like people play, like people... Okay, are the judges like official judges, or are the judges whoever signs up to like read them or play them? Play and read them, I assume. So now I'm so interested in this. Alright, here's a piece. Nope, maybe it'll fit up here. Anyone can judge. Cool. That I would like to do is to play around the interactive fiction. Cheddarman, when you, I mean, this is a lot to ask, but would you mind dropping a link to that in my Discord for me? Just because I'd like to come back to it later and see. That sounds really good. That is something I would definitely like to look into. You could have to play and submit a score for a minimum of 5 games. Yes, I would do that. That sounds like fun. The potato, just the thought of having to go through and account for all the possible choices and keeping it all straight in your head makes me break out in hives. Well, you could do it. I would just get it, I don't know. I would do it old school and just get a huge piece of like graph poster board and then just kind of plot it out. Thank you very much, Sherman. That's how I would do it. And to keep track of everything. And just have a physical big thing in front of me. But then the programming part, I wouldn't know how to do it all. But like the plotting it out, like that's how I would do it. I'm not saying it'd be good, but that's how I would do it. Come on, you look... Meep. Meep. Meep, meep. Okay. Look how close we are. This is... So what has... So this does not match up. We've got this thing over here too, which I still haven't reconciled. Looking at the winners from previous years is a good way to find games. Do their games get published after they win? Like published and sold? That sounds cool too. Okay. Where would this go? Come on. This might actually... I mean, this has to fit one of these. Oh, hang on. I'm making myself car sick with this for a second. I think this... They're still all for free? Maybe I didn't know about it, Stig. There's probably a lot of people who don't, who might be interested in doing that. So these look like... Interactive fiction is pretty niche. Or niche. It is. It should be standard at all schools. Screw current events, reading, writing, history, everything else. Sit down and play this. It is a good fit for mobile gaming because it doesn't require that as much. It just is easy to do on there. Info stick. Alright. Get your hero cape out. There you go. And start off. The potato says, I agree that an outline would be the way to do it. It's just that I know myself. I'd build something huge and insane before I knew it was happening. And then it would collapse on itself like a old style 70s anime, huh? 80s or 70s anime that just collapsed in on itself because they weren't planning on it going for so long. And they forgot what they said to begin with. And it's gone on so many rabbit trails you have no idea where you're at. Makes sense. I would be enthusiastic at the beginning of the project, start slogging through the middle, and then get distracted and not finish it. Stig, you are very specific in your tastes. You're like, this is the way I like my gaming, this is the way I want it. Alright, this actually looks like a piece from something weird. Okay. This should still be... This part right here is irritating me because we can finish this off. We just literally need probably 5 pieces and they should be easy for me to spot, but for some reason they're not. Pretty much, Jen. Oh, you're not sad. Because you're very, very sad, Stig? No, you're allowed to be specific in what you like. Simon and Simon! Stig, where were you earlier when I said, what's the murder mystery show with brothers, like the detective series with brothers, that you used to see? Oh boy, I did not want to do that. Which you used to see all the time, and then, on reruns, and now you never see it. but the Simon and Simon, that's what it was. It's the guy from Neverending Story and Major Dad and his handsomer brother. Yeah, it's Simon and Simon. It's a show that's almost it's completely disappeared from reruns, really. Though I didn't realize until recently that there's like, if you use your antenna, your digital antenna, there's like the regular channels, and there's these weird like shadow channels that are just old TV shows all the time. So like Mr. Ed and I Dream of Jeannie, and they're just like old westerns. They're just playing it all the time. It's like, what? It's cool. I just didn't know it was a thing. All right. My brain's frying. Let me switch over to pink for... Oh, boy. This pink is very intense. I can tell my eyes are tired because I'm like, what is happening? I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair. All right. Just look around for a minute. Just looking around and... Okay. It still bothers me I can't find that piece because I feel like it should be a fairly easy piece to find. This one with the grass on it still throws me. I don't understand what that is at all. Oh, what's that piece? No, it's not that one. There's a piece where it's the bottom of the clock, I feel like. See, that looks like weird. Do I not have this the right way? Is it supposed to be like this? Happy Days is a good show. Ron Howard's good in that show. I haven't seen the whole thing in a long time, or any of it. The Fonz, of course, is great. Henry Winkler is a fun dude. I love that the phrase jump the shark literally comes from Happy Days. That makes me happy. It's like, where did that term come from? It came from Happy Days. Because they literally jumped a shark. Oh, they haven't released the later ones. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Nope. Ah. Now I can't tell if this is this way or this way. Chachi loves mambo. That made me think of that because of Joni and Chachi. Yep, it comes from season 5, episode 1 and 2. It's such a great thing to know. It just makes me laugh all the time that, like, when people are talking about the show just jumped the shark, it just makes me think so much of Fonzie just jumping that shark. It just makes me happy. I don't know why. It's just a funny image in my head. Okay. Oh, crap, man. It is late, guys. Let me make sure I save this. I've had a fun time with this. Control S. Hey, it saved the game. I'm proud of the work I got done. This is just going to take me a while. There's nothing I can do to get around it. Like, I'm proud of how few pieces we have lying around compared to when we started this. But this is definitely an insane game. And the amount they expect you to do on this to be successful, it just is crazy to me all the time. But I'm glad we got so far. I'm really excited. Like, I want to get these big roof sections done because then I can spread out the pink pieces. But, you know, there's like the gray I thought was going to be harder, but I think honestly it's the pink death. It's just some of these pink pieces are just pink with lines on them. Was there a Simon and Simon crossover episode with Magnum PI? Everyone, when my dad because my dad was also a helicopter pilot. He looked just like Magnum PI. You've got all the classics: $6 Million Man, and then there's $6 Million Woman. They're fun to watch. They're just super fun to watch. Okay. I did it right to uncapture my mouse because I remember what awkward aardvark said. Well, hey guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to be signing off because it is like late, but I had such a good time. I'll be back with this next week. So if you like puzzle streams, I'll be here in a week on Saturday. But Sunday, I will be back with Space Quest 5. I'm starting to get confused because of this King's Quest, Space Quest. So if you want to join me then, that's great. Thank you so much. Hey, Aaron, so good to see you. Moo. No problem, guys. Thank you so much for being here. You guys make this so much fun. This would be so quiet without you guys, so I appreciate it so much. See you next time. Bye.